How's it going, everyone? It is Drago. So I just saw probably my most anticipated movie of the year, and that was Spider-Man No Way Home. And my goodness, there is a lot going on with this movie, and I really just wanted to gush about it. So if you haven't seen the movie, this is going to contain spoilers for Spider-Man No Way Home. I'm not even going to try and put any images in this one because I really don't want to get freaking sniped by Marvel. So it's pretty much going to be an audio only, no photo impressions video. So first off, there's a lot going into this movie. There was a lot of rumors, a lot of speculation before this came out. It was a huge rumor that Daredevil would show up, and he did. Flippin' loved that Matt Murdock was Peter's lawyer, and that they didn't know he's Daredevil, but he caught a break even though he's blind. I'm very excited to see what they do with Daredevil, if he's gonna get his own movie or is he gonna go to Disney Plus. Just the idea that he could be in the next Avengers movie was pretty crazy to me. I do like that you see the consequences of Peter's identity being revealed, and just how people don't exactly treat him right. Even his friends around him are facing the consequences of it, they're getting denied going to colleges and stuff. And honestly, his life gets pretty miserable, and I think it does show, and especially even when he's trying to do the spell with Doctor Strange, kind of how he still is a kid and isn't maybe fully thinking things through. The whole main reason he even goes to Doctor Strange was, they all got denied colleges, and he does the spell and it goes wrong, but then he's kind of told that the Doctor Strange is did you even call him? He's like, no, I didn't think to do that. And he's like, dude, that's your problem. You got to think of other ways to fix a problem, not just the one. Which then you obviously get into the villains, and oh my goodness, I didn't think that they were going to get such a big spot throughout the movie. I was really worried that they were going to get just 10 minutes in it, and that was it. But no, they were in it for most of it. I was always wondering as to why Peter was, you see it in the trailer and stuff, why he was fighting Doctor Strange and wanting to take the box that sends these people away. And it's basically Aunt May kind of talks him into, if they go back, they're probably going to die, but if you quote unquote cure them, they could go back and they'll live normal lives. I think it did do a pretty decent job of making it why he didn't immediately want to send him back, because he didn't want to know that he quote unquote killed these guys. But my goodness, this Peter is very naive, because for one, he has a few interactions with William Dafoe and his Green Goblin, and he doesn't really realize he's being played. And also William Dafoe does say that, I'm something of a scientist myself. Love that line. It's one of my favorites. Pretty much as you get the initial villains and stuff. My only complaints with them, because I loved seeing Doc Ock again. His stuff was great. I think honestly, out of the batch of villains besides Doc Ock and probably Green Goblin, the best one out of the other ones was Electro. Sandman, I don't entirely know why they just made him sand all the time when he was clearly a human still in Spider-Man 3. And he's even a human at the end, but whatever, I guess. And the Lizard looks very slightly different. The Lizard and Sandman are pretty much the only two that have not died out of the group of villains there, which we are so close to a Sinister Six, which we didn't get. The scenes with Peter trying to cure these guys, showing that he is really trying to be a really good person, even though he does get taken advantage of by these villains. Basically, Green Goblin beating the crap out of Peter, and I don't even in the Sam Raimi, Spider-Man 1, Green Goblin was whooping Peter in hand-to-hand combat, but I don't think he was chucking him through freaking multi-story floors. He was just freaking ground pounding him through layers and layers of concrete. Didn't think Marvel would have the balls to do it. They never showed Uncle Ben's death, so Uncle Ben would already be dead, but they actually killed Aunt May, and I was like, bruh, this Spider-Man now has no aunt and uncle. And I think that's where you really get the turning point for this Peter, because he gets very angry and like vengeful. Obviously that Aunt May died. But this is also where you get the introduction of Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. I grew up watching those two, and it's so nice to see them back, and hopefully they get to finish their stories. But their intro in was great. I like that they taught Peter about, not being this vengeful, angry man trying to hunt down this guy that killed, his aunt. And, it's not going to bring her back, and it's not going to make you feel any better. And the thing I wanted so badly before this was, Aunt May does say with great power comes great responsibility line, but Tobey Maguire is the one that really hammers it home to him. I think they were really trying to take Tom Holland, who's essentially almost a Spider Boy, and turn him into the Spider-Man. Probably my favorite dynamic of this whole movie is the three Spider-Mans interacting, because their chemistry is hilarious. Like them talking about Tobey Maguire's web shooter in his arm compared to Andrew and Tom's, how they have a web shooter that they made. It's like you always kind of think it, but they legit have it. They talk about the Avengers at some point, and what's that? Because there technically is no Avengers in Andrew and Tobey's universe. And I like that they were talking about who they beat up throughout the years, and they're breaking each other up. Yeah, I found a purple alien in space. It's whoa, dude, you found a guy in space. That one ups me. It's so good, so fun. I like Tobey saying to freaking Andrew, saying, "Oh, you're amazing, man. You're amazing." Just come on, say it. You're amazing. And they even did the "my back" joke, and even had freaking Andrew give him a spider hug to freaking fix Tobey Maguire's back. We finally did it, boys. But yeah, even them all fighting together, and then trying to take them all on at once, realizing that was a bad idea, and eventually targeting one at a time. They're all inventively figuring out ways to take down each villain, and they each kind of made a way to quote-unquote hear them. Each of the Spider-Man giving tips to the other ones on how to defeat the person that they're fighting. It's really great. Also, the shot of them on top of the Statue of Liberty, great as well. I legit thought Tobey was going to die to Green Goblin. I was about to legit be so sad, but he didn't. They stop Tom from killing him. They basically cure all the villains, and I think this is where it really shows how much Tom has grown, and how much you didn't even realize it at the time, how Homecoming, Far From Home, and No Way Home really are building up his character, because he tells Doctor Strange to have everyone forget about him, literally almost as if Peter Parker never existed. So, he cast the spell, and he was going to go tell MJ, but he almost decided he didn't want to bring them into this. So, essentially, at the end of this movie, he has no aunt, uncle, no friends, no Avengers, because the Avengers won't even remember him, no Doctor Strange, no MJ, and, he's moving into a really crappy apartment. So he's going to have now the traditional Spider-Man problems of rent and being able to make things do. And he made his own suit, which I'm assuming was made just out of regular fabrics, because he made it out of a sewing machine. So now he's really going to base Spider-Man level. He doesn't have anyone. The tech and everything he relied on and stuff, and all of his friends and family and stuff. And then maybe him realizing that, yes, I'd love to have the friends in that, but this is such a dangerous game that I can't almost get them involved. So he decided to go on his own. And I really want a clear view of this suit, but I'm very excited for where we're going, because he is almost kind of going to where you have Tobey and Andrew now, to where they're having regular everyday problems, not Tony Stark Jr. So one of the post-credit scenes has Venom in it, and then he gets sent back to his universe, but it leaves part of the symbiote, and I'm so excited that Peter could maybe get the symbiote on him and do a Venom storyline. So maybe that's the next movie, and I would very much love to see what the Tom Holland black suit Spider-Man looks like and how the symbiote would affect him. And I very much wonder if we're going to get more Tobey and Andrew in the future, and hopefully they can finish out their stories. But yeah, what do you guys think of Spider-Man No Way Home? Leave your comments down below. Otherwise, this is Drago signing out.